What's going on, everyone? So Los Angeles Lakers got absolutely ran through. This is not ideal. This is not the type of game that you want to see from the Lakers, especially coming off of a loss. I always talk about, hey, losses are fine. How do you respond? The last loss was a game that you should have won, was a game that you should have been able to close out, even with LeBron struggling in that game. LeBron didn't struggle this game, and you got ran through. The defense is a real concern. It's something I talked about all offseason and have even talked about throughout the course of the start of this season. I love that we started 3-0, right? But like I said, if you lose 3 straight games, then now you're at 500. Luckily, the next 2 games are 2 games that are incredibly winnable, and we should win. Start kind of getting things back on track. Hopefully start hitting shots. Look, the Lakers from the field total shot 50%, but from 3-point range, terrible. 20%, 5 of 25 from 3. Free throw line even 84%, which isn't bad, but you took 31 free throws and missed 5. 19 turnovers is just not, or 20 plus turnovers, is not going to cut it, right? And then assists, you're not sharing the ball the way that you're supposed to. You only had 21 assists. You look at Cleveland, they're moving the basketball, they're taking care of the basketball. They kept their turnovers 12 and then assists 35. Lakers won the rebounding battle, sure, but you gave up 6 offensive. When you play the right way, you win. When you don't play the right way, you lose. Cleveland played the right way, and they got whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted it. They shot 40% from 3, 15 makes, and what happens? You take L's, right? Now, I do think that this is a game that you can really look at kind of, the tight games kind of like, okay, a made shot or, if LeBron was better, we win that game. Where a game like this, you just kind of get outplayed pretty much in every category. Don't take care of the basketball. You're not hitting shots, right? Their offense is clicking. They're running through you. You're on the road, right? This is a good game to really highlight all of the defensive missed assignments, because there were tons, all of just the lack of quality production on the offensive side, lack of sharing and moving the basketball. Right? This is a game that, yes, the Lakers just did not show up for being honest, but this early in the season, you can look at, watch the tape, go over film, kind of break some stuff down, and show all the goods and the bads that you can take to continue to build and grow going forward. And then you have the next 2 games, at least, to where you can kind of, reset here a little bit before you go and play the Memphis Grizzlies. You got the Raptors and the Pistons. 2 teams that you absolutely should and you need to beat at this point. You cannot afford to lose these games, either of them. You win both of these games, you right the ship, right? Now, all of a sudden, you're 5-2, and you're going in that Grizzlies game, hopefully better flushed out, better understandings of what you need to do on both sides of the basketball. This is still a learning process. This still is a learning curve, right? You're still learning how to properly play with each other, how to run the offense the way that you need to run. We've seen games where it looks great. We've seen games where it's looked sloppy, but I do trust that the Lakers will be able to bounce back from this. I think JJ Redick and the coaching staff is going to go back into the lab, figure out, break down tape, watch over it, get into the film room with the guys, and really kind of try to right the ship better than what we've seen. Because you really do. You can't afford to lose in this type of manner. It's one thing to take an L. L's happen, but you shouldn't be getting completely ran out the gym start to finish, and turning the ball over so carelessly. A lot of it was just careless passes, all the missed assignments. That's the biggest thing. I do really have concerns about the defense, right? And it's what I talked about even in my prediction video. I said, that the defense is something concerning. Do we have the pieces enough to where we can be a top 12 defense at best? Ideally top 10, but I don't know if they can get to the top 10 with the current players that they have. If they can kind of get into that top 12, then I think you'll avoid a lot of these games. But still, offensively, this team is going to be great. I'm not worried about them offensively. Yeah, they struggled this game, but I trust that the offense is going to kind of get back in line, that things will kind of get back in order. they have too many good offensive pieces, too many good shooters, too many guys that can put the ball on the hoop. And then on top of that, I just think the style of offense in which they're running is going to lead to a lot of quality offensive productive nights. But you still need to be able to play both sides of the basketball. It can't be something where, yeah, you're putting up 115 a night, but if you're giving up 120, you're losing more games than not. And that's something that I've even talked about that may need to be adjusted and may need to change once we get like Jared Vanderbilt back and guys like that, to where, okay, maybe you have to bring a Rui or somebody like that off the bench. Maybe you need to bring, a D'Lo if he can't turn it around. Maybe you're bringing him off the bench and going bigger with the Jared Vanderbilt. At some point, based on what we've seen through these games, unless there is significant improvements defensively, or a trade ends up happening, you need to inject some type of offensive or some type of defensive production. You need to get some type of defensive injection into the starting unit in particular, so that way you can better put yourself in positions to where you're not getting this far behind. Problem is, you just got so many one-dimensional guys. You need to find a way to have better balance. And the Lakers just, they haven't had good balance, particularly in this game, from the guys that you need to have. But good thing, because there's always a bright note. Bright note is Dalton Connect. He ended up being 6 of 11. He dished out 18 points, which is what you like to see. Him kind of coming on, finally starting to figure some stuff out. I mean, you'd like to see him do that within the flow of the actual game and with the actual starters and key bench guys, not just in garbage time where there's not really the pressure and you can kind of just chuck up shots and do the things that you need to do, right? Ideally, you want to see him be in a position to where he can be a key contributor. Not saying he has to go get you 18 on a regular basis, but at least give you consistency in that 8 to 12 range on a nightly basis, without it just being garbage time where it's like, oh, in garbage time, I'm giving you 18, but during the normal flow of the game, I'm only giving you 3 or 0 or 5, right? It's early. He's a rookie. It's not something that I'm concerned about right now. It's not something that I'm saying like, oh, Dalton Connect or no, it's just, he's got to find ways to hit shots in the flow of the game, and he needs to find ways to be more consistent. I believe that'll come. I said it even on As It Stands Lakers with Max Christie and Dalton Connect. I don't think you can judge those two in particular until we get, at least 20 or so games into the season. Just because even though Max Christie is in year 3, he might as well be a rookie. This is his first real opportunity, his first real chance at quality minutes in a quality role. Dalton Connect wasn't even in the league last year. And these are two guys that are coming in that are going from really no NBA experience and no real role in Max Christie's case to, hey, we need you to be our 6th and 7th best player every single night on the basketball court. Right? It's a lot, especially right out the gate. So I do think once they start getting a little more comfortable, once they start getting into their flow and rhythm, I think by game, like I said, 20, 21, 25, I think you'll really be able to get a fair assessment of guys like Max Christie, of guys like Dalton Connect, and really kind of better evaluate them as of right now, where it's just like Max Christie's having his struggles, Dalton Connect having his inconsistencies. I do think it's fine. But again, it's tough. It's because, look, the fan in me is furious. The fan in me is like, this is unacceptable. You can't have these types of losses, give up 134 points. Where's the defense? Right? You need to do better. You need to play better. But then the basketball guy in me, the understanding of, hey, this is only game 5. Let's take a breath. Let's kind of regroup, reevaluate. Still a lot of basketball left to be played. Job's not finished. I even said it after game 3 when we were 3-0. Job's not finished. You still have plenty more basketball left to be played. Still have 77 games, right, that are left to be played. So you need to start figuring the stuff out now early on. I'd rather have this game 5 than have this type of game 50. And it's like, oh, here we go. Like, bad games happen. Moments like this happen. I'm sure this won't be the only game where the Lakers just get smacked, even if they do figure a lot of stuff out. But I do think that this is a good teaching moment game. I think that this is a game that is really good to kind of just take a step back, evaluate, go over, watch the tape, figure out what you need to do better, because there's a lot that you need to do better, obviously. And, you know, when you're winning, things are cooking, you're 3-0, you're feeling good, you're feeling yourself, right? You come off of a tough loss that you should have won, and it's like, you know, it's easy to kind of go, you know, couple tweaks, couple little things, and boom, we're right back in business. But then you get that humbling experience. You get that humbled game. I think this was the humbling game. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you think, like, hey, early, let's figure some stuff out. Let's work on some things. Right? Take this as a moment to kind of correct what you need to correct. Do you think, like, no, like, this is same old Laker team, absolute disaster. Lakers, you know, or whatever, however you feel about it. Like I said, you got to win the next 2 games for sure. Cannot drop those 2 games. Kind of right the ship, and then hopefully close out strong on the road trip in Memphis. So I thought that the Lakers would be 3-2 on this road trip. You win the next 3, boom, all of a sudden you're 3-2. So good things are still ahead. Still have faith. Still believe in this team. But how do you feel? Whatever you feel, whatever your thoughts are, good, bad, in between, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. It's me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.